How to build business credit separate from personal credit. Did you know that there are 3 bureaus specifically for personal credit and 3 bureaus specifically for business credit? Well, it's true. You literally can legally build 2 different credit profiles. In fact, you could build even more depending on how many businesses you have. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to build business credit separate from your personal credit and how to do it over and over and over again. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
In this video, I'm going to easily explain the difference between business credit and personal credit so that you know all of the facts with nothing held back. Second, I'm going to share with you how to build business credit that is completely separate from your personal credit profile. And last but not least, I'm going to share with you the biggest secret on how to build business credit fast without hurting your personal credit in the process. So the first thing that you need to know is that there are 3 separate credit bureaus for business credit versus personal credit. Let me quickly explain. When it comes to personal credit, you may already know that there is TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And on all of those personal credit reporting agencies, they will report what's called trade lines based on how many credits you have or how many creditors you have on your personal credit profile. For example, if you have a home mortgage or a car note or personal credit cards, all of those things will report on your personal credit profile as a trade line. You'll also have things on your personal credit report like collections, public records, your addresses, your jobs, and information about you personally. Now, let's talk about the business credit side. When it comes to business credit, there also are 3 separate credit bureaus. You have Dun & Bradstreet, which is the #1 business credit reporting agency. You have Experian Business, and you have Equifax Business. All 3 of these bureaus are completely separate from the personal credit reporting agencies, and they do not report business stuff on the personal side and personal stuff on the credit side. Literally, you can build a business credit profile that is completely separate from your personal credit and does not report anywhere on your personal credit report. Let me explain that. So the first bureau that you want to get set up with for business credit is Dun & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet, as I said, is the #1 business credit reporting agency, so it is the easiest to get set up with and the one that you should start with first. You literally can go to dnb.com and get your business credit profile already set up if you already have a business that's established with the Secretary of State. Literally, it pulls in all of the data from the Secretary of State, and in many cases, when you search your business name, you may find that your business is already in Dun & Bradstreet. You just need to claim that profile and start building business credit. If you log into Dun & Bradstreet and you already see your business's name there, you literally can claim that, say that you're the owner. They will send you a code in the mail. Again, they will physically mail this code to you. Once you receive this code, you'll go back to Dun & Bradstreet's website, you'll put that number in, and voila, you are validated and claimed as the owner of that business, and now you can start building business credit. In order to build business credit with Dun & Bradstreet, which is where I think you should start, it is actually very easy. There are something with Dun & Bradstreet where you can get added trade lines for vendors. Literally, there are vendors that will lend to new businesses and they will report to Dun & Bradstreet and they will report as a trade line, and you can get trade lines added to your Dun & Bradstreet credit profile pretty easily and without spending very much money. 3 companies that we love to use are Grainger, Quill, and Uline. But if you want an entire list on different vendors that you can use to build business credit, go to noelsfreegift.com and I have that gift for you with a whole list of different vendors that you can use to get business credit onto your business credit file. But using the 3 that I named because they're the most popular, you literally can buy something for just $50 as the minimum, $50 minimum, and then they will offer you what's called a net 30 invoice. So when you go in there, you put all of your business's information in there. Of course, you want to have an EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number. This will allow you to start borrowing money and get that on your Dun & Bradstreet credit report because, again, when you went to Dun & Bradstreet and you claim that profile, they will give you what's called a DUNS number, okay? And when you are applying for business credit, With those vendors, you will use your DUNS number. It will ask you that and your EIN. This way it will report to the business credit profile and doesn't report on your personal credit. So when you get those 3 items, again, spending a minimum of $50 with Grainger, Uline, and Quill, you make sure that you pay those off when they're due, and then it will report as a positive trade line on your business credit profile. Once you have those 3 vendor credit profiles on your business credit profile, then you can move on to store credit cards and then cash credit cards. Let me explain that. Once you have the 3 vendor trade lines reporting on your business credit report, you now can move on to different trade lines, which we call store credit cards. For example, you can go to places like Dell, they sell computers, or T-Mobile or Walmart, and literally open up a business account. And then when you're paying on those accounts, again, they're going to give you a store card that you can only use at their store. That's why it's called a store card. These are not credit cards like Chase and Bank of America, which I'll get to in just a second, that you can use anywhere. These are credit cards that you can use for your business at just that store. The great thing about that is you can still buy things for your business, whether you have a service or a product business. Most likely you need computers, most likely you need inventory, most likely Walmart and stores like that will have what you need to help your business, and they will report to the Business Credit Reporting Agency, which will help you get even more business credit. Once you have those 2 or 3 store credit cards reporting, then you can move on to cash credit cards like Chase Bank, PNC Bank, Bank of America, and those business credit cards will report on your business credit report. This will allow you to get even more business credit, like through American Express and other things like that, without it reporting on your personal credit. Now, let me give you a caveat that many of you are probably asking. So many of you already know that if you have good personal credit, it is actually easier and faster to build business credit, because in many cases they will do what's called a personal guarantee. If you want to get approved for higher limits and things like that, you can do what's called a personal guarantor, be a personal guarantor to the loan, and they will pull your social security number, they will pull your actual personal credit. However, it won't report on your personal credit report. Many people are afraid to do a personal guarantee. They don't want that risk. However, if you're really wanting and you believe in your business and you're wanting more funding, I suggest doing that. You can do that in the beginning, get the funding that you need, get your business going, and then you can get those personal guarantees removed by closing those accounts and then reopening them again without the personal guarantee. But if you're really wanting the funding to get started and I'm telling you, it's not going to report on your personal credit, which again, you can ask them, hey, will this report on my personal credit? In most cases, it will not, but it will be an inquiry on your personal credit report. But the great thing about it is it's a business credit card, or it's a business line of credit, or it's a business loan. So the actual account itself will not be on your personal credit report. And this will help you keep the two separate and allow you to actually borrow more, because you can borrow in your personal name, that's still available to you, and you can borrow in your business's name, which doubles the amount that you can borrow for your business purposes. Business checking accounts. Another amazing thing that you can do to get more funding for your business in your business's name and keep it separate from your personal credit is to open up a business checking account. Once you open up a business checking account, even if you go to a major bank like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, or Chase, in most cases, when you open that business checking account, they will offer you a business credit card or a business line of credit. I strongly suggest that you take them up on that offer, because in many cases, they will not ask for your income documentation or anything like that, and they will approve you right on the spot. If you have good credit, you most likely will get approved for $50,000 right there on the spot. And again, you can go to multiple banks, open up multiple business checking accounts, and get multiple business credit cards and lines of credit all within a span of like a week, just by doing this one thing. And the important thing is it does not report on your personal credit report. So as you go to open up these business checking accounts, yes, they will check your personal credit. Yes, it will be an inquiry. But once they give you that credit card, you can actually get that inquiry removed, and you can have that. Now you have that business credit card and you have more money to work in your business. Business checking accounts will not only allow you to open up the door to get business credit cards and business lines of credit, it actually will allow you to keep your personal expenses separate from your business expenses, and it will open up even more funding. Literally, there are lenders out there right now that will lend to you with 3 months of business checking account statements. okay? Literally, you can just give them 3 months of business checking account statements. They will just look at the deposits, not necessarily how much is coming out of withdrawals, and they will lend to you based on the number of deposits. There are companies that I've partnered with like 𝗏𝐻𝐻 where you literally can get approved in a matter of minutes, okay? Just go to noelrandall.com/big-think to apply for business funding right on the spot. Again, in many cases, you do not have to show any of your income documentation, or you just have to show 3 months worth of business checking account statements in order to get approved. Are you looking to get funding for your business? Go to noelrandall.com/big-think. As I mentioned before, you can easily keep your business and your personal expenses separate, and you can even keep your business credit separate from your personal credit. And my friends at Big Think Capital can help you along the way. Go to noelrandall.com/big-think right now. It's a simple process. You can get approved in minutes, and you can walk out with $50, $100, even $200,000 in business funding for your business in your business's name. Everybody's situation is different, but Big Think Capital has been helping entrepreneurs for years, helping them get the funding that they need and helping them grow their businesses in a way that helps entire communities and generations. Go to noelrandall.com/big-think right now and apply today. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noel, to your success.